Hi there, back with another video review. Well, today's video is actually an update on the comparison for these Honda Civic Type Rs. Well, I've actually done a previous review on the Hot Wheels version against the Majorette version, these two over here. Well, for this update, I'm actually bringing in this one over here. This one is made by Mini GT. So, well, without wasting any more time, let's just start the review from the front. So, taking a look at the front profile of these Honda Civic Type Rs, well, I'm going to breeze through the Hot Wheels and the Majorette version as I've done that previously. Well, now bringing in the Mini GT into focus. Well, as you can see, in terms of the details, with Mini GT, you get quite a number of very nice features. Well, starting with the headlamp. Well, the Mini GT is actually, for the headlamp, it's actually made of plastic. It's a separate piece. Well, with the Majorette, it's also a plastic piece that they've mounted onto the front. But if you take a closer look at the headlamp for the Mini GT version, it actually comes with some nice level of detail. There is quite a nice texturing. Well, I'm just trying to get it into focus so that you guys can have a better look. Yeah, so very nice indeed. And then with the grills at the bottom, okay, with the Hot Wheels and Majorette version, the grills right at the bottom over here, these are actually painted, whereas with the Mini GT, it's actually a separate piece. It's plastic mesh. And well, on the hood, well, as mentioned previously, with the Hot Wheels, you don't get that much level of depth or detail on the hood as compared to the Majorette, which actually has sort of an indentation over here. It's actually, well, it actually goes through, so that's nice. With the Mini GT, on the other hand, it has some very nice indentation to it, but unlike the Majorette, it doesn't have any hole to it. And let's now just try and bring these models up. So well, with the Majorette and Mini GT, they are quite similar. Well, if you look at the rooftop, they both have black stripes, whereas with the Hot Wheels version, it's just plain red. And now let's move on to the side. Well, it's going to be difficult to fit all three in here. I'll just try and put the Mini GT right at the top. Okay. So looking at the side profile of this Honda Civic Type Rs, well, obviously, Mini GT, you've got that nice door lines. Even with the black rims around the windows, those are done and painted very nicely. But of course, looking at the Majorette version, this one over here, it's also done very nicely as well. I mean, it's got that the door handles, the details are there. As compared to the Hot Wheels, it does look pretty faded. I mean, the markings or the indentation is not quite up to par with the Majorette and Mini GT. And well, next let's look at the wheels. So well, with the Hot Wheels wheels, you get that some nice paintwork on the rims. You get that red color ring around the tires, whereas with the Majorette, you get that very plasticky look on the wheels. I'm sorry to say about that. And of course, the best looking one would have to be the Mini GT. It looks very realistic, I mean, in terms of the design and scaling. And a plus point is with the Mini GT, the tires actually are made out of rubber. So it adds a bit of realism. Okay, so let's now turn our attentions to the back. Okay. Alrighty, so as mentioned previously, well, with the Majorette version, it does look a bit taller. I mean, if you've have the time to look at my previous video, I did mention that I mean, even looking at the sides, the Majorette version does look a bit too tall, kind of like an SUV or 4x4, and it carries through to the back as well, whereas, I mean, if you can look from here, it seems a bit off. I mean, even with the Hot Wheels version, looks much better. And again, taking a look at the Mini GT, I mean, just wow. They've got all the scaling, the designs, very, very nicely done. Even the exhaust right at the bottom here, you get a very nice clear detail on it as compared to the Hot Wheels and Majorette. And also with the tail lamps, as you can see, both Hot Wheels and Majorette are painted on, while Mini GT actually placed a plastic piece and mounted actually two parts actually. One is this outer red color, and then you get that the white one inside. So there are actually two plastic parts to it that they've placed at the back. And then we're looking at the Honda logo. Well, again, Mini GT has the clearer details. As I mentioned earlier, with the Hot Wheels version, it does look a bit faded in terms of the paintwork. Well, the Majorette does have much better details compared to the Hot Wheels, but if we compare the Majorette with Mini GT, obviously Mini GT takes the cake. Oh, and before I forget, there is one key difference between Majorette, I mean, compared to Hot Wheels and even Mini GT. The difference is that with the Majorette, it actually comes with an opening feature, which is the trunk. Anyway, now let's check out the base. So let's take a look at the Hot Wheels first. So as you can see, it's a pretty standard Hot Wheels base. And well, with the Majorette, and now the new guy in the building is this Mini GT. Oh, well, it's actually upside down because they've got this made in China printed on this side, and then with the Mini GT logo right at the top here. And let's move on to the top profile. So, Hot Wheels, plain and simple. This is the Majorette, slightly better. And then Mini GT, very nice. And well, I did miss out a key point in my previous review of the Hot Wheels and Majorette. It's the price point. Okay, so here in Malaysia, Hot Wheels costs slightly around, well, close to 10 ringgit, which is approximately $2.5 US. Yeah, I mean, pretty ironic, right? Because Hot Wheels is made in Malaysia, but it costs much more compared to what you get in the United States. Well, with the Majorette for this Honda Civic Type R here in Malaysia, it's priced approximately 3 times higher than a Hot Wheels. And then, of course, the expensive one would be this Mini GT, which is 4 times the price of a Hot Wheels. But would you rather spend, more money on the Mini GT? For me, the answer is yes, because when I started collecting 164, 155th scale models, I started with Hot Wheels, moved on to Matchbox, Siku, and then Majorette. But at that time, I thought that, paying 4 times the price of a Hot Wheels, I thought that was ridiculous. But, when I saw this Mini GT Honda Civic Type R, it just captured my attention. It was so beautiful. And, I didn't hesitate. I bought it. And now that I have it, I'm really, really happy that, I have this in my collection. So what I'm trying to say is that, yes, it's definitely worth that higher price, the premium price that you pay with it. But of course, it's up to you. The Hot Wheels is not badly done. I would have to admit that. Even in my previous review, I did mention that I would definitely go with the Hot Wheels over the Majorette. So well, I guess that's all for now. Thanks for watching.